Just get a really long USB extension cord.
Yeah, we could do that.
And run his car outside.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the next stereotype question? Oh no, sorry. Ice and maple syrup.
Yeah, snow and maple syrup.
Okay, so
Is that a sport?
you know, I've worked with the Canadian government on numerous occasions.
You have?
So I happen to know that 50% of North America's hydroelectric power comes from Quebec. And Canada's got like the most coal in like North America. So we do have oil and stuff. Like I don't know if Keystone that thing was like in the news a couple years ago. But like yeah, so there's a lot of oil. There's a lot of freshwater and hydroelectric power and coal. So, well, snow isn't really an export. Like, what are you gonna send somebody snow? You just make snow.
That's
Yeah.
just something Weird Al said. I didn't say it.
Here's a weird thing. So, a friend of mine told me that he went to Vegas and he tried to order a Ryan Ginger, and the person didn't know what the hell that was. And that's Canadian. That's ginger ale and whiskey, and that's like a Canadian drink.
Oh yeah.
That's a little. I guess that's something different that Canadians do.
Yeah, I never heard of it. So I mean, yeah.
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 Zay, you've been really quiet over there. What's your question?
Yeah. Yeah, man. Oh, okay. So he kind of took mine with the maple syrup, but I'll find a new one.
Speaking of Weird Al, I saw
Go for it. I'll think of a better thing.
Bat. The Bat video I saw recently, the one with the song Bat. It's still playing after all these years.
Oh.
It's hilarious.
Oh,
A lot of his oldest songs are
do you guys
still hilarious.
do you guys want to know something? The one guy, his name's Lemmy Von Pumpkinhead. He's the guy who we shoot like all the guns in the Zovember series. And he also brought the hatchets to throw at the pumpkins too. And he actually has the sugar bush on his property, and like that's where they kind of they I buy my maple syrup from him actually. That's not a Canadian thing. It's just a living out in the country thing. Plus, my friend lives on a farm thing. Actually, you know what we're doing in the summer? So he's actually in New Zealand, Tasmania, and Australia for 12 weeks on an agriculture exchange. So he's going out there for free. When he gets back, we're gonna do horseback riding. Because in a zombie apocalypse, you can't make gas, but you can feed horses grass because it just friggin' grows. So make friends with horses.
That's true.
And they can travel like across like rivers and stuff. They can go in places where like no vehicles can.
Yeah, I mean, if Red Dead Redemption taught us anything, it's that the horses are very valuable.
That's right. So, yeah.
And Zelda.
So it's been a number of years since I've ridden. So, and I'm not too comfortable with doing it, but what the hell, I'll throw myself into the mix, and I'll take a bit of a lesson, and we'll put that in an episode. You can expect that in the fall.
That'd be cool, man.
Yeah. Zay, what do you got? Canada.
So
stereotypes.
The only thing that's coming to mind right now is celebrities, man.
Yeah? What about them?
Bieber.
Basically, man. So, is it true that Canada does not want him back, or that they are, what's the right word here?
Not want who back?
Justin Bieber. Is Canada proud of Justin Bieber? Like,
No.
I don't know.
Not at all. Not at all.
Not at all. Okay.
No. You know what? Small world, but my wife's best friend was a camp counselor at a camp in Stratford, where Justin Bieber went to when he was younger, and even back then he was a little shit. But it kind of balances out because we have Drake, right? And he's pretty hot right now. A lot of people he's not a total douche when he talks and stuff. So
And also, you got Nickelback too.
God.
Everyone hates Nickelback.
Have you guys ever seen Nickelback Shreds? Do you ever watch those videos? So I watched the YouTube videos, Bam Margera talking about his favorite YouTube videos, and one of them was watch Nickelback shreds, and it's like any shreds video, it's like a thing where bands record like their own overdubs on other concert footage from like existing famous bands, and they purposely make them sound like shit. So like to the person who like unbeknownst to they want to see Metallica live, and then they like play the footage, and it's like, oh god, these guys are horrible. I'm not gonna pay money to see them. So one thing you should look up is Nickelback shreds, and I thought that one was funny, but then I looked up Rage Against the Machine shreds, and that one literally made me shit my pants. That one was really good. Mm-hmm. So yeah, Canada hates Justin Bieber.
I guess like to make it equal, I guess you can like either ask us like just all of us ones to American stereotype, or ask each of us American stereotype and pick one as to answer.
Oh, I got 3 right now, just off the top of my head. Okay, sofa or couch?
Oh no! Oh no!
I say couch.
Couch, yeah.
Couch, good. Okay, supper or dinner?
Dinner.
Dinner.
Okay. This one's kind of weird. People in Detroit, they say roof, not roof. Is it roof or roof?
Yeah. Roof?
Yeah,
I say roof.
Roof.
Yeah, roof.
Good. Good on you.
Hey, man, I
soda,
got
soda
three,
or
too.
pop?
So I say soda.
I say both.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, both.
Okay. Or soft drinks? Do you say soft drinks?
No, I never say soda.
I say soda.
Beverage. Yeah, no.
Okay. Those are my big ones.
Okay, I got one for you too then, dude.
Sure.
So the place where you park your car next to your house, usually next to your house, it starts with a G. I don't know how you pronounce it.
Garage.
Okay. I've heard some Canadians say garage. I don't know if it was on
Garage?
purpose or maybe. So I don't know if they were messing with me or if that was the real thing, but okay. Alright.
You get more of that like towards East Coast, I think, and then towards the West Coast, it's kind of like Northern California accent.
Yeah, it's like there's this podcast where it's like a Canadian production, and they say like they sound normal, but then like when they say about, it sounds like about Canada.
Yeah, that's more East Coast too.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, I've got one more for you. But is it? How do you say the word BAG?
Bag?
Okay, I've heard one of my Canadian buddies says bag, and it just doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, that sounds so bad.
So bad.
Yeah. Bag. Yeah, that's weird. It almost sounds like bag. It sounds weird. BAYG. Yeah. Okay, so do you guys want to do the collab ideas?
Sure.
Okay, so you guys ready to do the collab thing?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got mine ranked from like least extreme to most extreme.
Okay.
Okay, so should I go first or do you want to go first?
You can go first. Ours are kind of chaotic.
Okay. Alright, so they say Battletoads for NES is unbeatable. I say we pair off into 2 teams and play co-op Battletoads on the NES via Xbox One. If you guys have Xbox One, we'll figure that out later.
We do.
Nice. So the winner, the team who beats the game first, gets to make an episode about whatever they want, and then the team that loses has to shoot and edit it.
Okay.
I don't know, man. Like Battletoads co-op, they're friendly fire. So it's actually right. Like it's horrible.
I know.
Name of the game.
So if either of us, if either team can't beat it, then we can put like a cap, like 2 hours, and then whoever gets the furthest is the winner.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good.
Cool. All right, what's yours?
So, we were thinking that we could do like the human dartboard. We have someone stand up and you paint a bullseye on them, and
Yeah.
you get those darts with the pointy ones, and just swing away,
Potentially murder someone. All right.
Yeah.
That's the most basic thing you can think of. You're already like maiming somebody.
Yeah, we're going back to the good old gladiator.
Jesus. So you're ready starting the dial at 11, huh? Okay, do you want to hear my second one?
Yes.
Okay. We wait until it's October again and film a special episode for Zovember in November. And what we do is, see, this is okay. This isn't too off what you guys are planning. Although there's potential for somebody not to get hurt at all, but then there's potential for somebody to get hurt really bad, like a lot worse than a dart. So we're chopping these pumpkins in half, right? So then we line up a bunch of pumpkins, and one thing that's hard to do is cut them perfectly vertically in half, and then the thing that's the hardest that you need a katana blade to do is to cut them horizontally in half and have the top half still stay as part of the pumpkin. Otherwise it flings off, right? You got a really sharp sword, you can cut it in half, and it'll just like kind of it looks like you didn't even cut it at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we don't even have to do that. Just vertical chop right in the middle, and one team, let's say 2 guys on one team, you got 2 pumpkins, 2 guys on the other team, and then everybody takes a chop, and if the one team, both of theirs together averaged are closer to the, like, right down the middle than the other team, then they win. So then the winning team gets to pick 1 volunteer, the losing team picks 1 volunteer. So then the volunteer holds a pumpkin on the sides, like with their 2 hands, right? And then the winner has to chop that pumpkin in half.
Oh. We need to wear like knight armor, chest plates, and gloves.
Oh man, that wouldn't even help you. The katana blade, it's my buddy's sword. It's 10 carbon steel, which is like high carbon content. It can cut the wheel of a car in half.
Oh my gosh. That sounds really terrifying. I don't know if I'd like to do that.
Do it for the fun, man.
Yeah, dude.
I don't want to lose a finger or
It's for the love of the game.
an eye.
I think maybe that one should have been further down on the list. My next one's not even that bad. It's not even that bad. Okay, what's your next one?
So our next idea is kind of like a little skit. So we would have somebody dressed up as a little boy eating ice cream.
Okay.
And then you got this random stranger guy. He comes up out of nowhere and he just like admires this kid eating ice cream. And then he like slowly walks backwards. And then he comes back out of nowhere and slaps this kid's ice cream on the ground and then like knocks him out.
Knocks the kid out.
Or he knocks it out of the kid's hand?
Yeah, and then he points to the kid.
Yeah, whereas the kid's probably like,
Put him down.
Okay, so where's the competition? Who's the winner? Who's the loser?
Encouraging violence and abuse. Yes.
So I guess, how would we determine the winner of this?
which one causes the least controversy? I don't know.
Who can go the longest without getting sued?
Or who can knock out the kid in one shot?
There you go. How many points does it take to knock him unconscious?
Oh, okay, so the way it would work is you'd have to have 2 random kids, 2 groups, 2 teams, right? And then you'd film both instances, and then I guess brownie points, or the okay, both teams hit the kid, and if the kid doesn't get up, then you win. And if the kid doesn't get up both times, then I guess you have to keep on doing it to kids until But kid one on one side gets up and the one on the other side doesn't.
I don't know if it should actually physically hurt children.
Well, I don't know if we should chop each other with friggin' swords either.
Yeah.
I'm up for punching a kid in the face rather than holding a pumpkin when somebody is gonna chop it with a sword. I'll tell you that much.
Well, you know what they say, bad ideas make for great stories.
That's true. That's true. That's true. Okay. So then, here's the next one. We sell our bodies, Debbie does Dallas style, to independently raise, $1,000 each, and agree to meet in Las Vegas to gamble it all. The winner gets an all-expense paid night in a 5-star hotel of choice, and the loser gets an 8-hour desert bus trip.
Oh, no.
Do you guys remember Desert Bus? You guys down with that?
Like, I know about the game. It's like that horrible stick at the game.
Yeah.
That you have to hold down the button for like
8 hours.
1 hour.
8 hours.
8 hours.
8 hours.
8 hours going.
Oh shit! No, I think it's 14 hours. I'm not sure. It's something ridiculous.
Isn't it 8 hours going?
Yeah, and 8 hours going back.
Oh god.
Okay, so let me elaborate. An 8-hour desert bus trip there and back.
Oh.
There you go. So it's a two-part. The first thing is we have to pimp ourselves for $1,000, and then we get out to Vegas. So we got to make travel expenses plus 1,000, because the 1,000 is what we're betting at the casino.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm gonna hit the big 6 or the roulette, and I'm gonna double my money really quick. You guys can do whatever the hell you want.
I'll just go be a prostitute for a night.
There you go.
Yeah.
You're gonna end up with negative $50.
Oh.
Okay, what's yours?
So I guess our next one, this one is like legit. I mean, we can go to prison forever for this, but we were thinking that we could, there's 2 teams, and you dress up as doctors, and you go into the hospital, and you see how long you can go without the people realizing that you're not a real doctor.
Oh God.
You might even get to perform surgery.
Oh my god. Oh no, I think we'll see them to be like doctors.
Old man beard.
Well, I do, but I don't know, like, they might know I'm facial hair, they might spot me.
Just wear one of those doctor caps and then put a mask over your face. They can't tell the difference.
Or I could shave my beard short again.
Yeah. You can do that.
That's pretty good. And then, okay, so one group gets something like, oh, this guy's got a sprain. Can you, like, look at it? And you're like, can you bend your arm? And the other person's like, gunshot wound, we need you right now.
Oh, you are sad.
That's funny. You know, that kind of reminds me of, okay, so I was living in Guelph for a time. It's like another city in Ontario. And I reunited with one of my grade school buddies. And he had dated this girl that this other friend of mine had dated, and they had since broken up. And then my friend had moved to Toronto. So now I'm hanging out with this new buddy of mine, but not really a new buddy. I knew him for a number of years in the past. And then somehow this girl makes it into the conversation, and then he says, oh yeah, I totally like slayed that, or whatever you want to say. And then
Wow.
we bump into her, and her and I were okay, like we just talked and stuff. She's a nice girl and whatever, but it's super awkward for my buddy, because they were like, you know, off and on whatever, and then they weren't, right? So then she's telling us that she's getting married, and like this was like 2 weeks after she broke up with my other buddy, and so it's kind of crazy. So then my one buddy's like wants to look at her like he's gonna say like, listen, get out of here kind of thing. He's got that like kind of look on his face, and then I just jump in. I'm like, wow, congratulations. She's like, oh, thanks. I'm like, where's the wedding gonna be? She's like, oh, we're thinking in town. I'm like, do you have a band? She's like, no. I was like, we'll do it. And we'll do it for free. She's like, oh, thanks. She gives me a hug, gives him a hug, and then she walks away. And okay, so we did play music together. He played guitar, and I played like synthesizer. I think you guys mentioned that you guys do music too, right? Or Zay does? Yeah, so anyways, my friend just turns to me. He's like, dude, what the hell did you just do? We're going to do her wedding now? I don't want to see this girl again. I'm like, dude, this is what we're going to do. We're going to like be like a hired band. We're going to play music. I'll jump on drums, and you play guitar, and then whatever the song is, we just play the same thing. It's like, what do you mean? And we go 1, 2, 3, 4, and just like don't do anything but that, like constantly. And then he starts laughing, and we're like, yeah, you know, we could take it to the nth degree. We'd be like, you know, any requests? All right. Paint It Black by the Rolling Stones? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. And just keep doing it. And, yeah, like, we didn't actually do it. The girl never went through with the wedding, obviously. But, yeah, we wanted to see how long it would take before people would, like, either crowd, like, rush the stage and just throw us out, or just pull the power and, like, turn on an iPod or something. How long will this last? Alright, so here's the next one. We do the Century Club. You guys said that you guys don't drink, but whatever. We do the Century Club, and whoever consumes the most alcohol wins. And the winner gets a fleshlight, and the loser.
Oh God.
The loser has to endure the humiliating experience of purchasing a fleshlight.
Oh.
Oh, that's awesome.
I feel like that would be even more embarrassing than like buying condoms.
Oh yeah.
You have to, I'd recommend purchasing with cash because you don't want to come up to your bank statement and be like,
Oh, dude.
Oh, gosh.
You know what this guy's done?
You know, one thing that happened to me in the past, I remember I was at a job where I had a whole bunch of free time, and so I was like naturally like just like looking up whatever on the internet, and then for some reason I was trying to watch this movie, and then they said like we need like your address for a survey, so I'm like okay, let's fill in my address, and then at the time I was living at my parents' house. And then my mom goes, oh, you got a package in the mail one day. I'm like, okay. So it's in this like brown box. I open it up, and it's like a penis enlarger. Like a tube and everything. One of those pump things, like Austin Powers, you know. And I was like, what the hell? Yeah, I paid no money for it. Maybe I was the winner of like this contest or something. I don't know, but. Good thing my parents like didn't open the package or like think it was like addressed to them and like oh.
Maybe they did buy it. They just put it under your name.
Yeah, maybe. But then why would they give it to me?
well, we would like shag your own like a whole
Well, do you want to like take a quick break or keep going? Would that be cool?
Yeah.
Or are you about done?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm still good to go.
Okay.
Because we're doing this through my phone. My phone's about to die.
Yeah, mine is too, so.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. Do you guys want to wrap up the scenarios and then call it a night?
Yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
it's up to you.
Well, it's about like 1 a.m. where I'm at.
Okay.
Okay.
So I just got one more, and I think you guys got two more, or at least two more.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we can just do whatever. Like, if you just want to do yours, it's probably better than what we got here.
Yeah.
Well, what do you got? What do you got?
Well, we got one where we filmed like an action scene. Two teams come up with like a super sweet action scene and lots of death and gore and
Nice.
whatever. And then the other one is like a stop motion video. Whoever can come up with like the best storyline for stop motion and film it. Be pretty rad.
Yeah.
Okay. Are there winner loser things for them, like winners like prizes or?
Yes. So for the action film scene one, the losers have to get waxed, and the winners get to do the waxing.
Oh.
Oh shit. That's a punishment for everybody though.
Yeah.
They gotta wax the drapes too.
Oh no.
Oh.
Especially the
So you heard that stuff then, huh? Okay, so we got one more. This one's a bit of a doozy. We all stand in a saltwater pool wearing Speedos. Then we stuff our Speedos with hot dogs.